the fact that we're able to do a show with 4 women and be somewhat well received, I think really speaks to the fact that our fan base really supports diversity and supports women in football.
They gotta play us!
What is up, everybody? Welcome to Tigress Talk. I am Jess, aka Hube. We are so glad that you guys have joined us. Thank you, ladies, so much for joining us. I'm joined by Kayla, holding it down in Northern Kentucky, and Bridget, our resident Cincinnatian. Ladies, thanks so much for being here tonight. Thank you to everybody in the chat, everybody watching live. Stranger4420 says, "Hoo day, stranger." Simple Bengals fan says, "Hoo day, everyone, hoo day." And Bengals captain says, "Hoo day." Hoo day to our unpaid intern. Whew, that was a bit of a heartbreaker. I don't know about you guys, but I am just now starting to kind of lessen the sting.
Yeah,
of that
agreed.
on Sunday.
It was so painful looking at Twitter even earlier today. I was just like, ugh.
I kind of refuse. Like, I've kind of been staying away just because I'm just really not interested. Unfortunately.
Yeah.
Bengals football emotion coach. I think that might be a first-time caller. Thank you so much, Bengals football emotion coach. We love you too. Thanks for being here. Sorry, Bridget, what were you saying?
No, I was going to say the game gave me not to the gravity, but like the vibes of 2015 season playoff game, right? Where you have like these highs and lows, and up till the very end, you're like
Yes.
When Pratt ran away with that fumble in overtime, I was like, we did it. We're winning. Like, it shouldn't have come down to this, but it did. We took care of it. And
Yeah.
I feel like I have a harder time. It's one thing if you just suck all game. You can kind of like, okay, I've plateaued in the depths of despair, but the spiking, that's a lot for me. It takes a lot to get over it.
I just hated that we were winning the whole time. The whole time. Like, I don't think we ever trailed on that game until we lost it at the end. Like, it was just crazy. But, as always, pregame was a great time. We've never lost a tailgate. I will continue to maintain that position. We were so happy that our friends from Donato's came to visit us at the tailgate. Joe Doe says, "I'm beyond optimistic, to be honest, but we do need another legit pass rusher." Yeah, agreed. Rob Jig is here. What's up, Rob? He says, "Hey, ladies, Cap and chat. Considering the game this weekend, am I allowed to stop?" Yeah, that's all right, Rob. We'll give you. We welcome all fans as long as you're kind. We don't mind. Dalton says, "I had to watch it Monday night, and I could only watch till we went into overtime." Yes, Dalton. That's a good it's a good way to watch the game, honestly. Simple Bengals fan says, "Hit the nail on the head on that. If we had lost in OT after catching up, I think I could swallow that much easier than having dominated the game only to lose." Yeah. But anyway, so, pregame visited by Donato's. It was really fun seeing our bestie, Sarah Elise, at the tailgates. That was she never gets to come to tailgates because she's been working for Donato's the past season and this season now. And I'm so excited that they're taking their show on the road and they're visiting other tailgates. So I'm super excited to have her. We had friends from London in town and we had friends from Russia in town. So it was really cool to get all those guys together and to see everybody. And then I finally got to meet Mike Stanley and his wife Marcella and his kids Brody and Holly. I don't know if you guys are familiar with them on Twitter. Yeah, Sarah Lee signed Cap's jacket. which we had already determined was going to be maybe the last game for that jacket. Maybe not. If you see him walking around with a jacket signed by Sarah Elise, you know that this is still his old jacket. Proceed with caution. It might be a little stinky at this point, but if you're not familiar with Mike Stanley, he's a really nice guy, Bengals fan. His son Brody has a really rare type of dwarfism, and but they're really awesome people. They're really great Bengals fans. It was really cool to meet them. He brought the whole family out, so we had a lot of fun pregame. There was a lot of fun to be had during the game too. I mean, sadly, the turnover and the botched hold is what is going to live in infamy. But the game was so much more than that. And I really hate it when these like one plays will stick out and people say like, oh, well, that's why we lost. Oh, that's why we lost. No, we lost because the defense let them score a lot throughout the entire game. Let's be honest, like that is why we lost. We didn't lose because of one play or one bad decision. It was all the cumulative effect of all of it. So
Yeah.
I will die on that hill. Joe decided to check into a run on second down. I don't know why. Probably because of what he saw defense wise. I mean, that's usually why they have two plays, and he'll tap his helmet and he'll decide to do a different play than the first one that they had called, and that was his decision. And it is what it is. I don't know.
It didn't look like personnel on the field would have been that conducive to pass. So I think Joe, like when he saw the look, probably made sense. But I agree with you, Jess. There's so many things, like there's so many woulda, coulda, shouldas that like the hold, the interception, Trey Hendrickson roughing the passer, that's 15 yards. Like there's the really weak secondary. There's like all of these things. And then you also think, so we were trailing. We were down 14-7 before we got the safety. That took it to 14. But if you think about it, like we were people were talking so much trash about Sam Hubbard. You don't get that safety. We took care of Derrick Henry. Like that was not a problem, but there were so many woulda, coulda, shouldas. I think in every phase of the game on coaching, no one played a perfect game. And I think that's what happens sometimes. It was just, there's also really bad luck. Yeah. I don't think anyone is without blame or fault on this game.
Yeah, I agree with you. Oh, Rob said, sorry, internet problem. Figured the Giants game Sunday. Thought I might not be allowed in. No, Rob, we appreciate you supporting and being in the chat. We appreciate you. And hey, I'll never hate on another fan. We're all just people. It's your team that I don't like this week. That's all right, Rob. But yeah, Bridget, I agree with a lot of what you said. I do think, Kat brought up the 12 personnel. It's funny that they have been running this 12 personnel so often this year, more than they ever have in years past. And I think it's because they really are happy with their tight end situation right now. But I think that the personnel being in there or not being in there, I feel like makes us more, what's the word I'm looking for? Like, you don't know what we're going to do. Like kind of we could run, we could pass. And that's the great thing about Eric All that we've talked about for a couple weeks now, is that you don't know what he's going to do when he goes out there. He could hit somebody in the mouth. He could catch a pass. He can run great routes. He's got great hands. So I really like the fact that they have this kind of eclecticness, and you don't know what they're going to do necessarily just based off of their personnel. But yeah, you're right. It's so many things cumulatively. Rob says, surrounded by Ravens fans, we were really pulling for the Bengals last Sunday. Well, we appreciate that, Rob. You want down now? Okay, BB wants down. Say goodnight, BB. Good night.
No, bye, BB.
I took a really cute picture of her. She like rested her chin on the desk. I was like during the intro, I was like trying to take a selfie of her like sleeping on the desk because she's the precious angel. Okay, anyway. So yeah, I hate the fact that it came down to that. I hate it so much for Ryan Rico. I really do. I really hate it for him. I'm sure he feels that. I'm sure these guys, they're professionals. They can take a hard loss. They can move on. Joe's press conference today, I really liked what he had to say. I really liked what Mike Hilton was saying in his kind of locker room interview. I don't know if you guys caught that. I think Kayla, you may have retweeted it. But yeah, he's basically like, yeah, we are not good right now. and he had a private meeting with just the defense, or I shouldn't say him, but the defense had a meeting, just them. And I think they know that they're not playing well. Obviously, everyone can see it. The rankings, basically everything points to the fact that this defense is just not playing well enough right now. But I have faith that these guys know how to fix it. And he mentioned things like we're going for the ball instead of tackling, things like that. It's like, okay, just tackle, So I think they can get it together. I have all the faith that Lou will get his guys right. And I really just like all the ownership that everyone's kind of taking for this situation. And it doesn't really seem like they're panicking either. Do you guys get that sense when you listen to the interview or the pressers and everything?
They're definitely not giving up. They're a lot more stressed than they were coming into the year. And I think that's pretty evident in every conversation that they're having. And I mean, they should be like, everything is, it's not been ideal. So we've got to every game is important from here on out. And they know that too. So.
Yeah. I mean, there's a sense of frustration, right? That you just naturally don't have at the start of the season because there's nothing under your belt to frustrate you yet. And, we were lucky to not have really significant injuries coming out of training camp where you already feel like you're kind of on your back heel. Not being behind closed doors, I am really curious. Joe Burrow is a leader who he demands perfection of himself. He likes perfection. He likes winning. And so I mean, you can see this is a kid who I think he has faith, but he's also I think he's not Delulu. Burrow is, I appreciated it after the game. He's like, we are not a championship caliber team right now. Say the thing, that's the thing. So I do wonder with a leader who demands such perfection of himself and isn't, he's not going to be, he said it, he's not the pep talk, rah guy. If that's hard culturally for the team a little bit, but no, I don't think they seem stressed. I think they expect better from themselves, and it's frustrating when you're not hitting the peak you think you can.
Yeah, I think that's it. I think that the fact that their record, and people brought this up a couple different ways, a couple different times today, where they said things like, well, your record, how do you balance the fact that your record doesn't really tell the whole story? And he was basically like, well, the record's the record, and that's really all that matters. And that's the thing that I think is unfortunate, because the record is the record, and it doesn't tell the whole story. It doesn't tell the fact that week 1 was a terrible game. Week 2 was a really close loss that we should have won. Basically won, in my opinion, other than, whatever. I'm done talking about that. But, it's like, and then, it's just been so many different things, and we've been so close on so many things. I really feel like it's just going to click and they're just going to go on a tear. And I really feel that way. But I liked it. Somebody asked Joe today, they said, well, when is it too late? When is it too late? And he said, when you're eliminated from the playoffs. So I think that, for all the analytics, for all the everything, I think we have to take a deep breath and remember that we are still only 5 games in. There is a lot of football left to be played. And you can look at all the analytics, you can look at everything, but there's just not enough data yet. It's just that we're a quarter of the way through the season. Oh my gosh, we've got a hurricane survivor joining us. Oh my gosh, Jerry. How
What's
are
going
you?
on?
What is your status? Tell us everything. Are you obviously you're okay. Your house seems to be standing.
Okay, now these work. Yeah, so there's
Yay.
just a little hurricane going on outside.
Oh yeah, no big deal, right?
No big deal. You know what? I made some fillets, and
Wow.
the power's gone off 3 or 4 times.
Okay.
So shout out to Duke because they're keeping
I
us
lost your audio. We lost you. Can you still hear us?
Oh, yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah, I just
Yeah.
lost you for a brief second. It might have been that maybe I don't know what it was, but I heard you say the power went off a couple times, but you're overall, you're hanging in there.
Yeah, I guess I just made landfall south of us, so hopefully the worst of it will be within the next hour and stuff. But I just wanted to pop on and say hi real quick and let you guys
Hi.
know that we're doing okay so far.
Oh, I'm so glad. I'm so glad that you're doing well and that you're safe. We just kind of were talking about the game. We haven't done the highlights yet. There are a lot of highlights, believe it or not. I mean, I believe it. I was there. I watched them all. There were a lot of great things that happened, but basically just saying that it's unfortunate that that the record is what it is, that it was a great game. Unfortunately, the turnover and the hold is going to be what people remember, but overall I think that defense probably bears a lot of responsibility for this loss, unfortunately. So,
Yeah.
any thoughts?
I have zero thoughts in my head at this point about anything.
No thoughts, head empty.
I am surviving, not thriving at the moment. So, but I'm gonna hop off here. I just wanted to say hi real quick and let you
Well,
guys know
I'm
that
so
we're
glad you
doing
did. Thank
okay.
you so much. I'm so
I
glad
love
to
you
hear from
guys,
you.
We love you,
We
Jer
love you
Bear.
too. Take
and
care.
I'll keep watching. Love you guys. Bye.
Love
Love
you.
you.
Bye.
Yes, we're so glad Jerry is safe and doing well. All right, let's watch the highlights because there were some good highlights. I mean, I feel like our running game was doing great. I mean, look at Chase Brown. Look at him running up the middle like that. I mean, people said we didn't have a good day of running. I disagree. I love these little screen passes, and people want to hate on screen passes. I think that was great. That was a great. There were some amazing plays happening.
Yes. And honestly, I feel
Um,
like the day was really good for the offense. I mean, we scored all the time. So,
we did a lot of scoring.
yeah. So,
Yeah, I mean, that
can't
was a great.
complain
I
too
mean, that
much.
sideline throw was amazing. Yeah, did you guys see that catch? I mean, yeah, there he is. Went up and grabbed it out of the air.
That was so
Amazing.
big.
Love it. Kaseki had a great day. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm obsessed with this running game. And look at him. Look how happy he is. I mean, our running game is everything I could have ever wanted and more this year. I mean, I love the balance that it brings to the force. Oh, hold on. I can't read this. Um, I don't know how to make this go away. Okay. Simple Bengals fan, I must say I couldn't help but chuckle at myself for being happy yet confused when I was hoping for a prolonged drive to end the game, only to have Chase score a TD immediately. Yes, you and Kat both. He was like, "We need a long, methodical drive," and I'm like, "Yes, absolutely, let's do that." And then I'm sure that one is probably one of the last ones, but yeah, that was God. That play was amazing. The way he made guys miss. I love look at the big guy hitting the block. Kappa hitting the block downfield. I love it when they announce the eligible receivers, the O linemen as eligible receivers, because they're just gonna be like running down the field, like hitting somebody. And hey, maybe catching the ball, that would be amazing. But I just like seeing them run down the field and hit a block. That always makes me chuckle. Oh, that was pretty. Gosh, that was so pretty. Wait, was that the same one?
That's the same
Go back
Yeah.
Gasecki.
far? Okay, that's all right. I'll watch all these again. I couldn't when I pause it or whatever, it makes this big blue line go through and then I can't read the comments. Oh, T, that was beautiful. He was happy. T had a great day too. I mean, so many guys had a great day. For the first time I think ever, I feel like this offense is like complete. That we have like I don't know what more we could want on this offense unless you say like O-line depth, but I really feel like everybody is playing so well together.
I'd like a little more in the
Mm.
running game. That's they were strong and there were some really strong runs, but if you look at like our 71 yards versus Baltimore's 175 rushing, like I really liked the run game in the first half. we were playing so well in the air. I don't know how much we needed it, but I'd love us to be able to get a little bit more breakthrough. Like if we're going to run up the center to just, I didn't look at what our average yards per carry is. And I'd like to see a little bit more of that. And I'll be curious at how much they keep, like how much of the workload they split between Moss and Brown. Moss has actually been much better this year than I expected. I didn't come in with high expectations, but I think that's one area where if they can really get those guys to start shedding tackles consistently, I think you have like a truly, truly championship caliber offense.
Yeah. And I think we'll see more as the year goes on, as the season goes on. I love Joe getting away from that. But you gotta think too, Bridget. A lot of these runs, we're not really getting credit for runs because they're little tiny short passes to the running backs.
Mm-hmm.
So it's still really important, yards for the running backs. But we're not the stats. I don't think always tell the whole story for the running game because they're part of the passing game too. Oh my gosh, that was amazing. That Jamar Chase. Wait, was that a flag? Did that get called back? I don't remember.
Yeah, I think it was on them.
On them? Oh, perfect. Yeah, that was great.
That was the other thing that was really surprising about this game was there were not a lot of flags throughout the whole game.
Yeah, that was amazing. That was the same. I know, and I love that, Kayla. I'm all about, hey, just let them play. I do feel like they got away with some holding. I feel like they're always holding Trey Hendrickson.
Yep,
always. And that defensive pass interference that they missed was awful, I thought. But in general, I'm good with fewer flags, but there were some that I think needed to happen. But yeah, I love this play. And Joe gets drilled.
Oh, he smacked his head on the turf. Dang.
Yeah. Another great run by Chase Brown. That was amazing.
And I love the decision to go for 2 there.
Yeah, me too.
I thought that was really sharp.
Oh my gosh. That is so beautiful. Yoshi Voss. Did they? What?
Chase Brown going to be the number 1?
Yeah.
You think so?
I think so. What? Do we think Chase Brown's this new starting running back? Oh. I thought you said Chase, like Jamar Chase. That's why I was confused. I don't know. I think he's still pretty new. I feel like the thing I like about having the two guys is that they kind of play off of each other. And we've got the veteran on a 2-year deal. We've got Chase Brown, his second year?
Mm-hmm.
Second year, I think. So, he's still very young. I like the fact that they can kind of learn from one another and kind of be that 1-2 punch, I think, in the running back room.
I think Chase Brown is definitely a running back, like an RB1 at some point. Oh, yeah. But I like what Zach Moss has been able, especially after week 1. I've been really impressed with what he's been able to do. My big thing is can a running back get 4 yards or more, like roughly per carry? Yes. And Zach Moss, I mean, I've seen like comparisons, like he's no Joe Mixon or we don't have a Joe Mixon. And I will say I think Mixon was fairly inconsistent the last couple of years. And I like where Moss is. I think he can improve, but I like that 2 personnel package with them. But I think Chase Brown, Jess, this, like, I'm like, this is Chase Brown season. I love him so much. So I think he can get there, but I think he's still like, he can be slippery, but he's still sometimes like up the middle isn't able to get a lot of traction. And I think if he can like continue to build up his strength and situational awareness, he's like RB1 for sure. Maybe not this season, but he's got the potential.
I agree. I think he's the future of this running back room for sure. But yeah, as far as the comments go, I am excited to see Burton out there as well with Chase and T. That would be great. And Yoshi. I mean, we've got so many amazing wide receivers. I think Burton's going to continue to do better in practice and meetings and things leading up and earn more opportunities. I hope. I'm hopeful for that for sure. But I wanted to this T. Higgins touchdown, did you guys notice when he spiked the ball, he like scared the referee? Did you guys see that? All right, hold on. I went back too far again. This is hard to control. So I don't really like starting and stopping, but okay, well, watch him spike the ball, and the ref's like, that made me laugh so hard. Watch him. That would be like me out there. I'd be like, oh. Oh, that made me laugh. Oh, okay. This is the should we trade Ted Higgins forms quality defensive lineman to help Trey? I'm guessing you mean T. Should we trade T for a D lineman? And I'm gonna say no. I don't think they would trade T for anything. I don't think they would trade T for whatever you're offering. I don't think T's for sale, personally.
I wouldn't do it. I mean, I'm sure you could like finagle some like business case, but I have an emotional attachment to T, and I'm sure he'll go somewhere at some point, but I don't make it faster than it needs to be.
Yeah.
I think they're going to try, but I don't think they're going to trade him. I think it's going to be I don't know. We will see. Simple Bengals fan says, possibly a hot take. While T has value, I feel like we lose more if we trade him. The difference of points score without him is too much for me personally. Yeah. I just love T's attitude. Yes, I love T. Higgins. I love everything about him. Okay, I think this is the big Jamar Chase one where where we wanted a slow, methodical thing, and there he goes. I mean, I love that he caught the ball behind the line of scrimmage, made all those guys miss, and then literally no one can catch him. It's like the most beautiful thing I've ever seen in my entire life. I mean, hang it in the Louvre.
Do you remember how fast they said he was going to? Wasn't it like 21 miles an hour or something?
Something crazy.
I think something like that. I want that touchdown side by side, because that's just like the Kansas City one in January 2022. Like you just had, in that case, red, but you just got purple around him, and like he's untouchable. It's insane.
Oh,
so fun to watch.
He is so strong, and that's the thing that amazes. For him to be that fast and that strong, I am just like, blows my mind. And he did the same thing in Carolina too. Rob says, out of the box question, but do you guys know what jerseys they are wearing Sunday night? I think it's announced. Did they say white?
White.
Yeah, I think it was white. White with white pants and then the orange helmet, right?
Sounds good. Nailed it, Kayla. Yeah, I was gonna say, I know all that information's out there somewhere. But yeah, so that was the game. Post game, always a great time. It's more fun when we win, but it's hard to be in a bad mood when you're eating really good food and listening to really fun music and everyone's dancing. It's so crazy because it's like, I'm internally kind of upset about everything, and I really wanted to win, but then it's like you look around and everybody's just like having such a great time. You're like, you almost kind of forget about it for a little while, but anyway, okay, let's do some game balls.
Hot, hey!
All right, it's worth mentioning we're thinking of Whitney also, who is also down there in Florida, and I wore my Houday Baby shirt today because we're also thinking of Sean and Karen and everybody down there. So anyway, thoughts and prayers for all of you guys down there. But so for offensive grades, this is PFF grades. Jamar Chase was the number one graded offensive player. He had an offensive grade of 91.8. Joe Burrow was number 2 with 89.4. T. Higgins, 85.6. And Mike Gesicki with a 70.0. So yeah, huge day for Mike Gesicki. Loved seeing that. Loved all of that. As far as the defense goes, the defense, it was kind of funny to me when I looked back at these stats, because I felt like Trey Hendrickson was kind of maybe having a good day. You know, you kind of just think Trey's always having a good day, but his defensive grade was only 55. So maybe Stinger's still affecting him a little bit. I don't really know, but hopefully he gets back to 100% soon. But BJ Hill was the number one player on defense. Thank God we got BJ Hill back.
Yeah.
78.8. And then Sam Hubbard, Mr. Safety Dance himself, 73.2. So, you know, some bright spots on the defense despite not, you know, quite putting it all together just yet. But oh, Cap says Gasecki only had 2 catches for 30 yards, but you know, it's I like having the tight ends out there though. I feel like they bring a lot of versatility. But okay, let's do some viewer questions. All right. These are viewer questions submitted via Twitter, and let us know if you guys have any in the chat as well. Bengals Nation 09 says, pitter patter, let's get her. Who Dey ladies, let's get at her. First show I caught the season. Well, thank you, Bengals Nation 09. Thanks for being here. We appreciate you tuning in. And yeah, let's get at them. All right. Let's see. Let me find the tweet. Here we go. Okay, first question is from Simple Bengals Fan, who is here in the chat. We appreciate you, Simple Bengals Fan. Says, "Who Dey to you ladies. I think we'll beat the Giants this weekend, but I dread to ask, if we don't beat the Giants, what needs to change? Defense has looked lost last few weeks with little to no improvement. I know injuries don't help, and I know letting some star players walk also didn't help, but I can't tell if players are having miscommunication with one another or if it's just a matter of executing. Do we need to give Battle, Anthony, or Anderson a chance? Truly and sincerely, I'm not sure what needs to happen. Do you all have any thoughts? And to make it clear, I'm not calling for anyone's job. That's not my style. I didn't think we'd have an elite defense going into the season, but I also don't think we'd regress this hard either." Yeah, thanks for submitting that question. I think that there's a lot of things that need to happen with the defense, but I think you hit it on the head when you said executing. I think tackling has been a problem. I think Mike it was pretty telling that Mike earlier said, I think it was Mike Hilton, said that they are going for the ball instead of the tackle, and I think that is like maybe not what they need to be doing. I'm no coach, but I just feel like that seems like an easy fix. Go for the tackle, but what do you guys think?
I think something's got to change in the secondary. I think they keep, and you know, we saw this last year too with the defense. I feel like I don't worry as much about explosive plays. What I feel like I saw with the Ravens, with other teams this season, and with teams last season, is that folks are kind of able to dink and dunk up the field. I feel like there's like a general march up the field, and it's that like 7 to 14 yard pass or play that just keeps getting us. And so I think there's going to have to be something done in the secondary. I feel like there's some blown coverage. Guys are, you know, they're able to break coverage and beat our guys. The other thing, though, that I think is interesting, it feels like we're having a lot, and, you know, this is the pass rush piece. We're having a harder time getting to the quarterback, I think, than we have. Lamar Jackson is quick. There is no doubt about it. Yeah. But, like, also, strong. You fumble the ball, and then you can, like, still pass it. Like, we're having some real trouble getting to the quarterback, getting pressure. I think that's why teams aren't scared to go for it on 4th down, though I think we did a much better job with the Ravens this week than we had. So that would be my thing, is what's the pass rushing? How are you getting to the quarterback, and what are you doing to not get smoked in the secondary?
Yeah, I agree. And I think tight ends have been a problem for us traditionally too. So, yeah.
And with the secondary, I almost wonder if we're focusing so much on stopping the run and we're like pushing them forward that it's causing, I mean, that's just a thought that I've had, but I don't know. But yeah, I think the biggest concern is we can't get to the quarterback. If it's not Trey Hendrickson, we're not getting pushed.
Yeah, and I feel like he's getting like strangled from behind half the time. So it's like,
for sure.
it's like they let him go and they don't call it, and it's like really annoying. But Rob says, are you guys more concerned about the pass rush or cornerbacks? That's a good question, Rob. I think, a little bit of both, but, as our guys get healthier on the line, I think I'm feeling better and better about the line. And then there's still some questions in the secondary for me personally.
Yeah, I'm more scared about the pass rush, but I don't know.
But we might be getting Sheldon.
Yeah, Rankins should be
Back. Like I said, that sounded so wrong. So yeah, I feel like Sam Hubbard's getting healthier. Hopefully Trey Hendrickson will be a little bit healthier. I feel like Trey is always like a little dinged up, a little, I feel like that's just how he plays. But I think that and they go hand in hand as well. It's so hard to pick on one versus the other. But and then Simple Bengals fan, yes, we're glad you made an account so you can participate. We really appreciate hearing from you. But as far as the guys that you mentioned, I feel like everybody always loves the guys on the bench because they're this unknown. It's this like shiny toy on your top shelf that you can't reach, and you're like, why can't we just play with that instead? And I think that there's probably a good reason behind why these guys aren't getting the snaps, and maybe it will change as the year goes on, but I think that they have to kind of, prepare well in the meetings, do well in practice ahead of time, and I think that's maybe kind of why we're not seeing some of the guys that we haven't seen quite as much from so far this year. Just a completely hypothetical thought, but Football Emotion Coach says, ladies, I have done an 8-minute ice bath every day for 527 days. Not sure when to break the streak. Do you think it's a good idea to keep the streak until the Bengals bring home the Lombardi? Wow. So that's like over a year you've been doing this? I would say you could stop now because it's not working.
Yeah, I was gonna say. I was getting. I would say we haven't won an AFC championship maybe while you've been doing the ice bath. So I would say cease and desist immediately. Stop yesterday, please.
Maybe if you stop, maybe we can, give you credit for turning things around if you stop doing ice baths. Also, ow, that sounds painful and cold. I take my showers on the lava setting. So I want to burn all my skin off while I'm in the shower.
Heavy moisturizer after.
Yeah. Yes. Lots of lotion, very hot showers. I am not a fan of cold showers. A couple things. Where's the other Kayla at? And has anyone heard from Jerry since the hurricane just made landfall at Category 3? Yes. I'm sorry, you just missed Jerry. She was here not too long ago. And I think you're talking about Kayla Caskey, and she did a segment for us a couple seasons back. Was it last season or the season before? I can't remember now. They all run together anymore. But she is doing fabulous, but she's got a lot of stuff going on right now. So she is not able to join us right now, but she is lovely and we love her. And Jerry seems to be doing okay. She just joined us not too long ago, had power. Her house was standing around her, it appeared. So I think everybody's doing great. Thanks for asking. Okay. Next question comment comes from Dalton. We love you, Dalton. Thank you so much for asking. He says, how can owners / front office not avoid the noise leading up to our 1-4 record? Will they respond by voice or actions? There's too much chatter for them not to do something. I guess I'm not quite sure who you're thinking you're going to hear from or what you think you're going to hear or the chatter. I don't think that there's a lot of chatter inside the walls. I think that they are kind of keeping everything close. I think that they understand what's going on. I don't know that they're going to make any announcements or anything like that. I don't know. What do you guys think?
I don't know. I don't think they're going to do, I don't see any major activity, them bringing people in. I'll be curious what the off season looks like.
I can't imagine them doing anything during this season. I would think that at the earliest that they would do something drastic would be at the end.
Yeah, I think that for better or worse, I think that they have a plan on what's going on. I think they have a handle on what's going on, and they have, a plan to fix it. They have guys that they trust. And so I think that they, for whoever might not agree, I think that they've kind of got a handle on things. I don't really expect any ownership to make any type of announcement or anything like that. But I think winning kind of cures all. Talk about action. I think winning is going to be what really turns this around and what kind of silences the chatter, so to speak. But and then Robert Burton says, Battle needs to see the field. Yeah.
It feels like with the injuries, right, with Dax out for the rest of the season, which is heartbreaking because I saw, and apologies, I don't remember whose tweet this was, but he's had injuries. He's kind of struggled to find his place. He accepted the position change and was really having a sneaky good season. And so I think that injury is just heartbreaking, but I think that gives us more opportunities to see some different guys out in the backfield. And, hopefully Battle was playing really well at the end of last season. I know there were some, questions about performance in camp. So I imagine we'll see Battle more as the season progresses. That would be my guess.
Yeah. Apparently Lemons and Limes is commenting on Twitter. So thank you so much, Lemons and Limes. We love you guys. Thanks for tuning in. But okay, well, thank you guys all so much for submitting your questions and comments via Twitter. Let's get to some conspiracy theories. I wish Jerry was here to fight with her helmet.
I know.
And so we have Bridget fighting with her. What is that? Is it a beret?
This stupid hat fit me once, and it's never fit right again.
I feel like the more you scrunch it, the better it works.
You've got like a Robin Hood thing going on. You've got like I don't know. I love it.
It's homage to Bo Battens from Harry Potter, a little fleur de la cour.
Love it. Love all of that. All right, conspiracy theories. Okay, Christina sent one, and she prefaced it with, "It's not really a conspiracy theory, but I'm including it in conspiracy theories because I love it, Christina." But she said, Bengals Nation 09, Mahomes and the refs." Enough said. Yes, that's a common one. That is definitely a common theme around here. But Christina said, "Do you think when the players sprint off the field to the locker room, they have to pee?" And I can think of one guy that this always happens to, and I don't know. Do you guys have any guesses? Have you ever noticed this one guy constantly sprinting off the field to the locker room?
No, I don't know.
Mm-mm.
Evan McPherson.
I was gonna say him.
I don't know what it is.
He looks
I don't
like
know
he has
if he's got a shy bladder or what's going on, but I always see him sprinting off the field, and I'm always like, "Oh, Evan's got to go potty." I don't know.
I feel like he wants to be to the orange slices or something. Because in my head, they're playing rocket football, and he's like, "Oh, I'm gonna get the best orange slices."
Yeah, something. I don't know. But yes, whenever they're like healthily jogging off the field quickly, I think yes, I'm always thinking that they have to pee. But all right, do you guys have any conspiracy theories this week?
This isn't a well thought out theory, but I'm not sold on the orange pants. The orange pants have now made me nervous, and so I don't know.
No, call them what you call them, Bridget. What do you call them?
Well, the orange trousers.
Trousers.
I love the orange trousers. They're orange trousers, or in the delightful T. Higgins vernacular, are orange breeches. I still think that is the most likable thing I've ever seen. Is like it's our championship britches.
Yeah, it's so Southern to say britches, I think. But it's funny because I feel like trousers. When I hear trousers, I think British because when they say pants, they mean your underwear.
Mhm.
So when British people say pants, they're talking about your underwear. But Simple Bengals fan says, I remembered one time he commented that only thought on his mind during one kick was that he had to pee so bad. Oh, no. I don't remember that comment, but that totally tracks. That we're going with that. We are going with that. So now every time I want you guys to watch Evan McPherson, and when he sprints off the field, I guarantee you he has to pee. But yeah, Bridget, I know. I saw some grumbling about the orange trousers, and I don't know. I kind of love them, but I'm sad now that they've disappointed us twice. But
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm superstitious enough to think maybe it matters, but also, I like them enough to not care. But yeah, I don't know. It'll be interesting. It'll be interesting to see how the rest of this year plays out and if they do any more orange trousers. Rob says CBS Sports, with all their former Schittsburg players, coaches working for them, hates the Bengals and plot against them weekly. Rob, that is all of media everywhere, not just CBS. That is ESPN. That is now. Don't get me wrong. I love CBS. They, for whatever reason, they want to put my husband on TV all the time, and I think it's hilarious. And everybody at work, I get to hear about it at work. So okay, CBS, whatever. But yeah, no, all the media, they all hate the Bengals, Rob. It's nothing new. We constantly are the consummate underdogs. But all right, Kayla, what about you? Got any conspiracy theories this week?
No, I was suspicious of the lack of flags, but like you said, I liked that for the most part.
Except when
so
they
I
needed them.
Right. So,
But I'm glad they didn't call a bunch of stupid flags on us. But it doesn't make it better that they really missed that DPI, in my opinion. But
I did really like, though, that flag that got called on the Raven, they let that guy run like 90 yards back, like he was like making.
Too.
And I'm good, let him get gas.
I'm like, you look like clown shoes right now. You are running down the field for no reason. You are gassing yourself. It is 90 degrees outside, sir. What are you doing? Like,
yeah, I appreciated that because, like, we all knew, like, that's not gonna count,
right.
but you do that, sure.
Okay, go ahead, keep running. Yeah, I have like a half-baked theory about Joe's hair. I don't know what it is yet, but I've noticed that he started getting it cut on the sides. He's been doing haircuts. Obviously, no more dyeing because it's just the blonde growing out. So I don't know what my theory is about Joe's hair yet, but I'm working on something. Because you guys remember last year, he let his hair grow out like absurdly long in the off season, and then he had that terrible game to start against Cleveland, and then he got a haircut, and they asked him, they're like, "Oh, why'd you get your haircut?" And he was like, "Oh, because I had a bad game," or I forget exactly what he said, but basically he kind of like made a joke about that. And so I don't know. I feel like I've got some sort of theory about Joe's hair. I just don't know what it is yet, but he's been playing out of his mind. So whatever he's doing,
we got a reverse Samson situation going on.
Something. I don't know. Whatever you're doing, it's working. All right, that's really the only ones I have this week. I don't have a whole lot. Although I will say, Bengals Nation 09. Actually, this week we are favored on MGM bets over the Giants, even though they have the better record. That is interesting. Bengals Nation 09. Oh, Matt's here. Hello, hi. I hope you're staying safe down there as well. Thanks for joining us. Let us know how you're doing and how the storm is down there by you. I think he's on the Space Coast on the opposite side. So hopefully all is well down there for you. But another theory that I kind of have been having since we've been having this slow start is that we are just out to prove everybody wrong, and we are just going to come out of nowhere and just have this amazing winning streak, and it's going to be like unprecedented, and it's going to never have happened before ever in the history of sports, and then we're going to win the Super Bowl and everything's going to be great. And that's my
I'll let it keep.
I am a little deluded. And I'm okay with that. All right, I don't get paid for this. I could be a crazy sports fan if I want to. This is not how I make my money. So, but okay, let's see. Well, let's do. We need to talk. All right. We Mead to Talk, sponsored by Birmingham Meadery. Code Tigress gets you 15% off 2 or more bottles of mead. Make sure you check them out. Bridget, I love your tinfoil hair. It's beautiful. That's why I have a pre-made crown that I can just put right on my hat. Highly recommend. But all right. Ladies, what do we need to talk about this week?
Cody Ford's stylist or lack thereof in the pre-game fit.
What did he wear? I missed it on purpose. What did he wear?
It was a weird pair of like Ugg boots that were bigger than most Ugg boots. Kayla, somebody said it looked like he was wearing a bathrobe. He wasn't, but it gave bathrobe.
It was giving bathrobe?
It was giving bathrobe, like a plushie, like a plushy bathrobe.
It's so hot. What do we do? Ugg boots, bathrobe? Like,
it was a bad look.
It's 9 degrees outside.
Ford, but that was
yeah, it was rough. You got to see it. You've got to look it up.
I'm scared. Okay, I will. I'll look it up later.
Yeah.
I miss a lot of the pregame fits, because I'm already
right
there at the game, and I miss a lot of that stuff. Unless it's like really great and I happen to see like a highlight or something. But yeah, I missed that one.
Yeah, that one was an interesting choice.
Okay.
My need to talk about was discussing the in-season Hard Knocks that are coming up. I'm not sure if I'm going to watch it with this rough start, but with what we've seen so far, did you guys have someone you thought would maybe be the breakout star from our team?
God, I think there's so many. I could see Ted Karras being the breakout star. I mean, I feel like he is like, everybody loves Ted Karras. He's their guy. He's their union rep guy, and he's the one breaking all the news to the media and stuff like that about their what they're going to do with their locker room stuff. I feel like Ted Karras is like the guy. He's like the easy choice. I think there's so many charismatic guys on this team. I feel like it could be so many of them. I mean, it could be T. Maybe we learn more about T's jellyfishes. I personally, this is the content that I would tune in for, is what's going on with T's jellyfish fishes. I don't know.
I could see Yoshi.
I thought that too, yeah.
They could just put the camera on him, just on his face. That's all the content I mean,
I wouldn't complain about that. Like 0. They're 10 out of 10 recommend that as a storyline, or just I just think I love it. He's bright, he's witty. I think he's got a lot of personality. It's not a big personality, but I think or he's not showy, but I think he's fun.
Yeah.
Did you guys see that thing where they, where they sit down with like the Microsoft Surface and they talk about the plays and stuff? Did you guys see him on that? Because I thought he was phenomenal on that. Like, he's so great. I love him. But I agree with you, Bridget. He's not like a loud personality, but I do think he's got like a good personality. And I agree. He's very smart. And obviously he's playing amazing. He's having a great year so far. So yeah, I could see Yoshi for sure.
Do you remember, was it the Super Bowl season? CJ Uzama did like Health is Wealth Wednesday on Instagram, where he'd try like different health or like shots of whatever wheatgrass. And then I think we need a Yoshi version of like skincare products.
Yes. Yoshi, give us
Treat Yourself Tuesday. Give us your skincare. So I got you covered. Call me. We'll make this work. But that's the content Bengals fans need.
Although I feel like I have a very sneaking suspicion that his skincare regimen is being young and Hawaiian.
Yeah, but I feel like we could get him some brand. Like, we could just get him product. It doesn't really matter. I don't care. You just do the Instagram stories. That's all.
I tell you what. If a skincare company is out there, if they are smart, they are getting a hold of him, because he has perfect skin. You could literally sell anything to anybody with that skin. I mean, come on. But yes, I agree. That's awesome. That is awesome. Yeah, and I am excited for that, Kayla. I will watch regardless. You know, I love all the content. I love, you know, everything they put out, everything that comes up. I'm all for it. Yeah, I was going to talk about they're going to do another watch party. So I'm really excited about that. We had a great time at the first watch party. And then this watch party, it sounds like they were listening. They made some changes. There is a $25 ticket available. And then there's a $99 ticket available. And there's some differences, but the $99 ticket comes with, I think, all you can eat food. So hey, that's great. And then I think with the $99 ticket, you get access to the field for the whole game, whereas the $25 ticket, you get like assigned a quarter that you're allowed to be down there. And I think there were some differences with the autograph sessions as well. But I'm so glad that they're offering that because I think that was a sticking point for a lot of people. Is like, you know, $100 is $100. Like, yeah, great, you're getting gift cards, but it's still $100 you got to come up with, and you know, times are tough. So I love that they're doing the $25 option. People can still come, have a great time. Reminder, they do have the clear bag policy in effect. I saw some people get burned on that the last one we were at. So make sure you are doing your clear bags, your tiny bags only. But yeah, so I was excited that they're doing that again.
With the field access, is it just like, do you get to like, is it like you can have a ball? Like my favorite part of old draft day parties was field access.
It's exactly like that, Bridget.
Okay, I was on my knees.
No, it's like literally Cap was tackling some kid.
Oh,
like some kid, his buddy, they were like throwing the ball. It was Drake and Trey. They were throwing the ball. I'm sorry, I'm so bad with names, y'all. Please forgive me. They were throwing the ball, and Cap just like tackles him out of nowhere, and I was like, "Please do not break your hip, sir. Like, you're older than you think." And he like tucked and rolled on the field. I was like, "Oh God, oh my husband's gonna break his bones today." But Rob says, or maybe you guys can start your own Tigress Talk makeup cream stuff, get rich and retire and travel to away games.
That's the dream.
I like that, Rob. I am accepting offers. You can email me. I like that plan, Rob. That's a good plan. But yeah, no, Bridget, it's exactly like that. So you can do whatever you want down on the field. They had balls that you could throw around. They had, I don't know if they're going to do this time or not. I might have read, I can't remember, but they did a Sports Illustrated cover that they would shoot for you on the field. So yeah, it was a lot of fun. It was, now the only thing is you can't have drinks down there. So my time down there was short-lived, and that's why when they, when Cap posted the video, like there was nobody down there because you can't have drinks down there. Okay. We all were like, oh, look, a field. Okay. Time to go watch the game and have another drink. But yeah, so it is a lot of fun. Highly recommend if you don't already have plans to travel to Cleveland, if you are looking for something to do with a lot of Bengals fans, it was quite a bit of fun. So. All right. Well, we are on to New York, and even though Miss Jerry popped in briefly, we're gonna play her graphic anyway because it makes me laugh. All right, Miss Jerry is our resident psychic, and I feel like she's been pretty dead on. Last week she was kind of iffy about it. It was like, oh, it's gonna be a close game, and I was like, I don't like that, but she was right. So yeah, it's gonna be an interesting game. I mean, Giants are 2-1 coming off a win in Seattle. They've got some of their defense. Everyone's been talking about their defense, their defensive line. Their power ranked defense is only ranked 18th. So middle of the road, not great. I'm pretty sure the Ravens is ranked higher, and we did just fine against them. So I think offense is not going to be a problem. Their offense is only is ranked 25th out of 32, and we are ranked number 1, baby. So I think it's going to be a good matchup, and I think these guys are pissed, and I think they're going to go out there and play out of their minds, especially our guys on defense, because they know what's been said, and they know it too. They've been saying it themselves, and I think that our guys just go out there and just put on a clinic. What do you guys think?
Yeah, I saw that the Giants lead the league in sacks. I don't know if that's still accurate, but that's how it was.
Yeah, I think they have like 11.
So I think it'll be interesting to see how our O-line does against that. I have all the faith in them. I think that'll be interesting. And, I think our defense will be fired up. So it'll be interesting to see who has more sacks at the end of this game.
Yeah.
I am not a sports optimist. Never have been. Probably never will be. I think it's going to be competitive, right? Like I think it's going to be not unlike this last week. I will admit I don't know that much about the Giants. I was surprised to learn Daniel Jones is still an NFL quarterback.
Danny Dimes. Still in there.
Honest,
I don't think they call him that anymore, but
I don't think they do. I don't think they do.
Was that his rookie season they called him that? I don't remember. It's been so long. I am surprised that he's still in there too, Bridget, because I think what is this, like his 10th year in the league or something? I don't know.
Jess, you could tell me that man is 23 or 33 and I'd believe you. I'd be like, yeah, this is like
47
a season or like I would believe anything at this point. But as much as I have never been an optimist, and I admit, I kind of think for every team I love, we're just gonna lose every game because I don't think I can handle the hype. I'm gonna say though, like, why the heck not? I say we win by 3. I don't know what it'll be, but give me an Ev walk-off field goal. I'll take it.
That'd be great. All right, I'm looking this up. He was drafted in 2019. So
he's right in the middle.
Not that long.
It's not 0 years. It's not 10 years. It's in the middle.
But I remember that it was before COVID because that's how everything in my life is. Like that's my time. The timeline of my life is like before COVID and after COVID. And so I knew it was before COVID. I just couldn't remember how many years before COVID it was. But yeah, I think the Bengals win. I think they win dominantly. I think Sunday Night Football, I think they're really going to shine. I think they really hated losing to the Commanders, who are playing out of their minds, by the way. I kind of loved seeing them destroy the Browns. So making me feel a little better about Monday night. And, hey, the Commanders might be for real. But so I think that they go back to their winning ways in prime time on Sunday. At least I hope so. All right, Kayla, let's do your injury report here.
Okay. I know. We had some Mike Hilton practiced in full. DJ Ivy practiced in full. Chris Jenkins and Mims both practiced in full. So we're doing good there. Osai and Rankins were limited, but it's a pretty big deal that Rankins is actually practicing again. So that's good.
Yes.
Yeah. Gasecki and Zach Moss both did not practice, but it's only Wednesday, so we'll just keep an eye. We won't freak out yet, but something to look at.
Did something happen to Mike in the game? I don't remember anything.
I don't remember anything either.
Maybe just a little banged up. Okay.
Yeah. It's Wednesday. Sometimes people get that day off, so.
Yep. All right.
But the Giants, Neighbors is still in concussion protocol, so that'll be interesting to see if he plays. I know I think he missed last week. So, and then Kayvon Thibodeau did not practice because he had surgery, I think, this morning. So he will not.
Oh my gosh.
I don't think he'll be playing.
No, probably not. Gosh.
Yeah.
What kind of surgery did he have?
On his wrist.
Oh, wow. Okay. Ugh, I hate that. I hate injuries, but I'm glad we're getting some of our guys back. That's awesome. I'm super excited for Rankins to be back. We need him.
That was DJ Ivy. I feel like he's been on. I feel like he's not been with the team for so long. It's really exciting that he'll be back in the mix.
Yeah,
he was having such a fun season last year.
Yeah.
Yep, it'll be interesting, and I'm glad to get some guys back. So, all right. Anybody have anything else before we sign off here?
I mean, the last thing is we gotta perfect season for Jamar so far. We gotta pay this man. And that's what I think. Like to Dalton's question earlier, I think we get a deal done with Chase when the season ends. It's going to be a higher price tag than it would have been otherwise. But he's putting on a clinic. You got to pay this man. You can shed off 6 defenders. He's one of the fastest guys in the league. Might be the fastest guy in the world. We won't tell Ellie. So I think that's the big thing.
That reminds me, Ellie was there on Sunday. Oh, yeah. Did you guys see him?
Yes.
I saw it on social. I didn't actually.
Maybe that's why Jamar was so dang fast during the energy was flowing. I don't know.
Yes, no, and I'm with you. I'm with you on the tinfoil hat because Bridget, I think maybe that was Jamar's plan all along. Maybe that was everyone's plan all along. Get everybody talking about a contract, and then Jamar knows he's playing the best he ever has ever in his whole life, and he's going to come out there and be like, what you were talking about, what money?
Right.
So I think maybe this was the plan all along. Rob says, still bummed you guys are not coming out for the game. I'm so sorry, Rob. Yes, unfortunately, I can't do all of them. I got to work on the weekends sometimes, and I gotta big borrow and trade away all these weekends in order to get my home games off and get my big fun trips. Not that New York wouldn't be a fun trip. I would love to go out there someday. I just wasn't in the cards this season. So hope you guys have a great time. Did you guys hear that?
It's Ben. He's in the kitchen, just
hey Ben.
Around. Yeah.
Hey Ben, don't hurt yourself.
He's a loud roommate.
Don't worry about it. It's fine. Okay, but yes, I agree. We gotta get these guys paid, and I think we will. I'm not worried about it at all. So, all right. Well, hooday, everybody! Thanks so much, everyone, for joining us, and we'll see you next time.
Hooday!
Hooday!
But I can hit end now if I